Okay, what's up, everybody? Good morning. Welcome to a Friday edition of Morning Scone presented by Brock, the Baton Rouge Orthopedic Clinic, Parish Construction and Roofing. If you need an orthopedist, you go to Brock. You need a roof, you call Parish. Unique Physique, uniquephysique.com, Restored Motions, restoredmotions.com, and On Fire Athletes, platform powered by Gamecoin. Glad to have you all aboard with us here on this Friday. This Friday, where SEC play opens in college baseball. Really excited about tonight. Well, the game's been moved to this afternoon at 4:30 because of bad weather expected to roll through tonight and Saturday. But so first pitch at 4:30 for LSU and Mizzou. And, this is a weekend where you would presume LSU is going to be able to get off to a good start in conference play. We talk about Mizzou and how they're last in the SEC. They're 8-8 through 16 games, and they have some losses to some not great teams. And their staff ERA is the worst in the SEC, and their team fielding percentage is the worst in the SEC. But the one thing they do well is they hit the ball. They have a team batting average of 301. And that's 11th in the SEC, but it's still a team batting average of 301. And they've hit 17 homers in 16 games. So they can present some problems if your pitching staff isn't locked in. Flip side of it is, offensively, you have a really good chance to do some damage, but they're going to start 3 lefties this weekend. So that's always a little bit of a challenge, right? Looking at 3 left-handers from Mizzou. So anyway, Tigers open up conference play today, 4:30. Here's hoping Cade Anderson gets out there to pitch as well. Remember, a year ago, Cade Anderson was so good in the pre-conference and then just fell off a cliff against SEC opponents. His SEC ERA was 27, something like that. So really good opportunity today for LSU to get off to a good start in conference play, see if they can do it. All right, y'all, please smash the like button if you would. Subscribe to the channel, Facebook, like the page, share the post. As always, we appreciate your being there. Remember, Brock, they got their Game Day Ready event coming up, the Game Day Prep. So your kiddos, nieces, nephews, grandkids, friends, kids, whoever, ages 6 through 12, free physicals at Brock on Bluebonnet on May the 10th. So mark that date and register at brortho.com. Okay, I will say some good morning. Saints added 3 free agents yesterday as well. I love bringing home Will Clapp. Versatile interior player, affordable deal. Love it. Stole the tight end they signed. Is probably going to have a tough time making the team. And then bringing back Isaac Yiadom, I like. Yiadom, was a good player for you 2 years ago, signed with San Francisco in free agency this past year. So you're bringing him back. What I don't like is the 3-year deal. Journeyman player who's really been a spot starter throughout his career, signed to a 3-year deal is a little perplexing, but what they do. Hey, Brian Wynn, good morning. Happy Friday. Trivia Carter, good morning. Hey, Thomas, good morning. Brian, good morning from Columbia. What do you think about these players the Saints are signing? Yeah, so just kind of quickly went through the 3 from yesterday. I think I don't love all the rework contracts for your current players, kicking money into future years. Cam Jordan and Tyrann Mathieu both took pay cuts to stay. As far as your free agent additions, I just went through the 3 that they signed on Thursday. Devon Gottschall wasn't a free agent addition. You traded for him, but I like that move. You gave up a future 7th rounder to get a starter at a position of need in your new defensive scheme. So I like that a lot. Mostly you've re-signed your own free agents. I like Chase Young. I don't love giving Chase Young a $51 million contract. I like Juwan Johnson. I don't like giving Juwan Johnson 3 years, $31 million. Just because I don't think this team is ready to compete. And you're running it back with all the same guys. Tiger Diver, happy SEC opening day. Hey, Jesse, good morning. If an NFL player retires, his cap hit goes away. Is that correct? That is not correct. If you have money on the books on that contract, that's still, you would go to the dead cap number. Now, you can structure, for example, like Ramchick, where last year, he reduced his salary, right, to the league minimum, and they were able to move that money for Ramchick into future years. But no, that's when you sign a player to a contract and there's guaranteed money on that contract, that money will count against your cap at some point. Like they were still paying for Drew Brees years after the end of his career. Whoops. So Ramchick, for example. So Ramchick's base, they lowered to 1.25, right? To lower his cap number, but he still has money against the cap for the next 3 years in New Orleans. 23 million, 11 million, and 4.7 million. Now his cap hit's 12.3, maybe because he hasn't like officially retired yet. He would still be on the roster and they could count 12.3 instead of 23. So it'd be 12.3 this year, 11.9 next year, and then 4.7 in 2027. But no, that you sign someone to a contract with guaranteed money on it, that money will count against your books at some point. Hey, Devin, good morning. Go Tigers. Hopefully get a series win this weekend. Yes, sir. Hey, Thomas, good morning. Thank you for the Locked On. Listen, always appreciate that. Yeah, so I did a full today's Locked On. Hey, Mojo, good morning. James McKinney, good morning. Yeah, so this morning I did a full LSU preview, SEC baseball preview episode. So that's today's Locked On. If you want that, that's available for your YouTube podcast, Locked On LSU. Football Tigers are back on the practice field today. Again, media availability around like 8 a.m. So I'll be driving Drew to school again. So I won't be there, but I will be there tomorrow. So I am going to pump a lot of content today because I want to make sure I'll have a post game I'll have a post-game LSU baseball immediately when it finishes tonight on the Locked On LSU channel, so please be there. Might try to get y'all a bonus coverage practice report today. I got to drive to Lafayette to meet a client. So I'm dropping off Drew, driving to Lafayette, then driving back. But maybe when I get back, maybe I'll drop a practice report takeaway. Then tonight we'll have the post-game LSU baseball postgame, maybe tomorrow. And then tomorrow I'll definitely have a practice report for you and a postgame. I have a lot of Locked On content this weekend. I have a lot of Locked On content. Hey, Patrick Gumorgan. I've been off the McMahon train since he blew the Ole Miss game. We should have won last month. I can take all the excuses the local media make for him, all the scrubbing of Wade from our great basketball history. Next year is clear proof for McMahon, he should be canned. So I do agree with you on next year completely. It'll be year 4. Like the excuses are gone. When he got here, remember what he inherited, right? I mean, he got here and within 2 weeks of taking the job, literally every scholarship player had entered the transfer portal. So he had no scholarship players 2 weeks after taking the job. First year was a total punt. Last year you saw improvement. This year you were expected to take the next step, and just clearly in the toughest league ever, you did not have a roster capable of competing. Now, that's not and by the way, the whole media making excuses. I don't know who you're talking about. Like, I don't feel like I've made any excuses for Matt McMahon. Um, I also think he's got a. I mean, the point I made is like you bring John Wooden back from the dead, he ain't getting this LSU basketball team to the NCAA tournament. Could they have won the Ole Miss game? Sure. But then I'd turn around and say, look at how they won the Oklahoma game. Those basically flipped. Like you had no business winning the Oklahoma game, but you won that one. So I don't know, man. Like sometimes over the course of a long season, there's give and take. Like you'll win those, lose those, and it sort of balances out. But again, I think when I talk about basketball, I want this to be clear. Like I'm not pounding the table saying Matt McMahon is a great coach and is going to win big here. I'm not saying that. I'm also not saying Matt McMahon's a bum and will never win anything. What I'm saying is it's really hard to judge if you're not going to give someone the tools and resources needed to win. You realize 14 SEC teams are going to make the NCAA tournament. 14, bro. 14 teams are going to make the tournament. It's literally the deepest college basketball league ever. And they just don't have the resources to compete. You got to decide. Do you want to be competitive in basketball or not? It doesn't matter if the answer is no. It doesn't matter who your coach is. Hang on.
Parish Construction and Roofing. At Parish, we've got you covered. From the top of your roof all the way down. Parish Construction and Roofing. Parish built. Parish built. Parish built. From your hometown. ParishBuilt.com.
Did it play? That felt like that was less than 30 seconds. Did it play? Okay, I guess it did play. Huh. I always tell you about my sort of I must have walked right back in as it ended. Okay, please smash the like button if you would subscribe to the channel, Facebook, like the page, share the post. Hey, Abner Neal, good morning. Dale, Fridays are for golfing. Hit him straight, Dale. Hey, Kelly, good morning. Patrick, just because I don't watch the basketball team doesn't mean I don't care. I care to not support a product. That's just not true. Yeah, Patrick, that's not true. Because if the LSU team were losing, you would still be watching. If the LSU football team were losing, you'd still be watching. Don't give me the I don't watch because it doesn't mean I don't care. Yes, it does. It means you don't care. Jesse, with all the bad weather coming tomorrow, especially in Picayune, does Parish Roofing come this far northeast? Yes, we'll come to Picayune for sure. Let me know if you have issues, Jesse. Let me not commit to something. I mean, we've done work on the Mississippi-Louisiana border, like St. Francisville and farther north. So, but I'm sure our crews can get out there. Hey, Jeff, good morning. Yeah. Hey, Linda, 53 men on the team. Saints have not won a single game in 2 years without Carr. 52 men are so bad. For 2 full seasons, they cannot win a single game. Carr is not the best quarterback, but top 10 on the team. Linda, I'm not disputing that. I've said very consistently, very clearly, that I don't think Derek Carr is your biggest problem. I've said that very consistently. I've said very consistently Derek Carr is a starting quarterback in the NFL. He is a lower, mid-tier, upper, bottom-tier starting quarterback in the NFL. I've very consistently said that. I've said it from the day they signed him. And I've said that Derek Carr is the best quarterback on your roster. I've very, very consistently said that. I've never wavered. My point is, and has always been, you have a lower ceiling, but a higher floor. If Derek Carr is your quarterback, you're not going to go 3-14. but you're also not going 14-3, making the playoffs and making a Super Bowl run. Like the best you're going to hope for is like a 9-8 season, maybe a backdoor into the playoffs and losing the first round. And I keep telling you that's not good enough for me. So I don't like continuing to commit money to a player that is never going to win you anything of significance. So you continue to do bad deals and bad contracts, kick money in the future, which hamstrings your ability to win in the future, to try to win now with a quarterback that has a low ceiling. That's my problem. And I've said that 1,000 times since they signed Derek Carr. So please don't misunderstand, because I don't know any other way I can say it, because I've been saying that for 3 years now. Hey, Jason. Spurge, good morning. Sean, get the brooms out this weekend. Need to be a lead against lesser opponents. Hey, Brad, good morning. Tiger Diver, how is the pitcher doing that transfer from, you're talking about Cam Johnson. Pretty good. He threw last week. I think threw 5 innings last week. It's just tricky, man. You know, that's a guy that standing on the mound in front of 10,000 people at LSU really, really struggled. You go to Oklahoma and you play in front of 1,500. He's doing pretty well. So 18 innings pitched. A 3.93 ERA. He has 20 strikeouts, 12 walks in 14 innings pitched. So the command still not great, but much better. And he's getting out there and actually pitching more innings than he did for LSU a year ago. All right, please smash the like button if you would. Subscribe to the channel, Facebook, like the page, share the post. Tony, good morning. Robbie, good morning. Did you get your windshield fix? I know how you feel. My truck is not a year old and a rock hit my windshield. Need to get that fixed today. I don't have to pay $300 or more for a new windshield. I know this family-friendly show. So the good news is, Rocky, when the rock hit my windshield, oh no. Ooh. I'm gonna have to go, guys. I'm sorry. My apologies, y'all. We got a little bit of news that I gotta go. I know that's terrible, but I don't have it confirmed yet, so I don't want to say it when you'll understand why when it does come out. So, I need to get going. Okay. Sorry. I know this is an awful way to end the show. I apologize, but y'all will understand a bit later today. Y'all have an awesome day. Please go check out Live on LSU.